have you got her? You know I got the money like, and I want these scummy like. She wanna stay in my face.
What's your name?
Norman Buisgu.
So what do you do?
Oh man, what do I do? That's a big question. What do I do? I'm a filmmaker, broadcaster, model, and journalist.
So why did you do this?
Man, okay. I've always been interested like in broadcasting and being a presenter. This week I got to meet Angelica Bell, who's like one of the goats in like Black British broadcasting. She's one of my biggest inspirations. I've seen her on CBBC when I was a kid, after school every day. It's that feeling of like, I want to be on screen, I want to entertain, I want to connect to people, I want to tell stories, I want to, just help bring that joy in people's lives through just personality and connecting with people. You see what I mean? So presenting was kind of the beginning of all of it, and just my love for that hip hop as well. It's the essence of expression, right? And then from that, everything else spreads out. So filmmaking, broadcasting, and then modeling as well. That's the short answer.
Okay, so what kind of things you do in film?
Okay, what kind of film? So I make docu-films. That's the style of film that I make. I've made 2 to date, which are both critically acclaimed. The first was called Ghana, Africa's Exciting Entry Point. So I went to Ghana in 2021 for December and January as well. And I was exploring the tourism industry and the elements that make Ghana's sort of tourism industry and ecosystem one that makes it so inviting for the rest of the world to come and visit, right? So from Beyond the Return, the Year of the Turn, all of the initiatives in place, all of the events, etc., etc. Then in 2023, I went to Nigeria for my second film, Nigeria Can Issue Shape Its Future. That was in the wake of the elections that just happened, and that's really exploring Nigeria's promise of becoming a global superpower, as I believe it can be. And if it can, what role did you have in helping Nigeria step in that role as a global power?
Okay, lastly, what inspired you to do this?
To do what? Like just
to do filmmaking and media broadcast.
That's a good question. For me, so growing up in the UK, I'm a London boy, Ugandan, but London boy through and through. Northwest London, we're Northwest, which is nice. Growing up, the way mainstream media, for the most part, portrayed Africa, what I was seeing, was very much just like the lens of like embezzlement, poverty, suffering, and those things do exist, don't get me wrong, they do exist. But when I would go back home to Uganda, I would see those things, but I'd also see another side, the rich culture, the beauty of everyday life, and I just felt like those cultural nuances weren't really being showed in what I was seeing here. So I always felt like at some point in my life, if I have the capacity, the skills, the networks, etc., I'd love to go to Africa and just help tell those stories. Of course, appreciating I'm diaspora, like I've grown up in the West, so I see the world through a Western lens. For me, it was always about, if I go back, not being the sole voice, but giving a voice to the people on the ground and like trying to have that cross-cultural dialogue.